The time now, it's 11 o'clock on the Sunday night, July 13th, 2014 on a Sunday night. It's time now for Water Magician PJ Wiggins, the late night report. Sunday night, July 13th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. Our conditions at 11 o'clock in North Massachusetts. 73 degrees at temperature with a few clouds. Humidity 1%. Wind speed up about 15 gusts and 26 miles per barometer. 29.95 inches to about 67 degrees and visibility of 10 miles. Let's take a look at that radar scope. So some spans of light rain in Boston and points to the North Shore and Middlesex County stretching and northern Rhode Island, northeastern Connecticut down for the Mass Back Border from Boston down for Chicopee. Stretching it down northwestern Connecticut down for south central New York State, down for western New Jersey, and then for eastern Pennsylvania down for Maryland and down for the DC and in northern Virginia and West Virginia, and stretching it in through the Ohio Valley and stretching it in central and southwestern Missouri here, and some spotty rain showers in central Vermont and southeastern New Hampshire and up in the Maine and up in eastern Quebec and western Quebec, down for New Brunswick, Canada here.
Boston police tell us that it's too soon to tell.
And we're seeing some spotty rain showers up the southeastern Louisiana coastline and out to sea, and seeing some spotty rain showers eastern and west central portion of Oklahoma and down for Texas Panhandle, stretching down to southern Colorado and New Mexico, down for Arizona and northern Mexico, and spotty showers and few storms from eastern Oregon and then central and western portions of Washington State, and some spotty rain showers in southwestern and eastern portions of Michigan and now for west central Illinois, west central Iowa, stretching down for southern Manitoba and down for southwestern Oregon and down for northeastern portions of Mexico, northeastern portions of Minnesota here. Tucksville, Michigan, good evening, 57 degrees with clear skies here.
Monorail train at Disney World. They say lightning hit that train around 6 o'clock tonight. Disney tried to restart the train for nearly 2 hours, but they couldn't do it.
Just heard from Channel 5 that there was lightning that struck the Disneyland monorail terminal as passengers evacuated from the Disney World monorail due to a lightning strike here down in Florida. Alright, let's take a look at the satellite. Local shows global batch calls coming from Atlantic Canada down for much of New England, down for eastern New York, down for Pennsylvania, New Jersey, stretching down for the Ohio Valley, down for Missouri, stretching in Kansas, Oklahoma, down for the Forkwood region, down for Mexico. And batch calls from western Montana, northern Idaho, eastern Oregon, down for Washington State, down for southern British Columbia here. Batch calls from northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and up into Manitoba, and northern Ontario, and down for Quebec here.
Area, but losing a lot of its punch. However, you travel down to the south, and it is still a very active line headed for New York and Philadelphia right now.
And station front, and the map situation, station front from Texas, stretching it all the way down up into Ohio and the cold front up in western Pennsylvania, up in New York State, and connected with a warm front from southern Quebec down from extreme northwestern Maine. And station front from Alberta, merging with a cold front from Montana all the way down to the Dakotas, down to Iowa, stretching in the northern Illinois and warm front of the Michigan and cold front up in eastern Ontario, up in northern Quebec. Never station front from western Ontario to down for Saskatchewan. Front about enough central Minnesota down for south central Ontario, and another front about from western Arizona down for Gulf of California. Front about from central California and not to sea, and a front about from southeastern British Columbia down for eastern Washington and Oregon here. And we got high pressure in southern Colorado and low pressure in the Forkwood region, western Arizona, western Wyoming's got a high pressure and low pressure in east central Washington State, western Michigan, western Pennsylvania, and southern Illinois, and eastern Ontario, western Ontario, and western Quebec here. 73 degrees at temperature in Boston. It is 88 in Washington DC, 82 in Atlanta, 83 in Miami, it's 84 in Brownsville, 96 in Dallas, 83 in Kansas City, 80 in St. Louis and Chicago, 72 in Minneapolis, 79 in Brownsville, Texas, 79 in Albuquerque, 76 in Denver, 96 in Salt Lake City, 86 in Great Falls, Montana. It's 81 in Seattle, 67 in San Francisco, and 75 out in Los Angeles here. Current conditions, Rand region, it's 73 degrees at temperature in Boston. It's Pittsburgh, 73, and Beverly, 73. 76 in Lawrence, it's 71 in Gloucester. 68 in Worcester, 70 in Sturbridge, 71 in Webster, 72 in Milford, 73 in Newton and Taunton and Bedford, 73 in Marshfield, 70 in Parmesan 71 in Cheltenham and Cape Cod Bay 73 in Falmouth 70 in Martin River 16 in Nantucket. 70 all around board from Westerly and Block Island, stretching all the way down to Providence and in Wooden Socket. In Smithfield, 70 out in Springfield and Amherst, 71 in Greenfield, 69 in Pittsfield, 74 in Anaheim, 73 out in Albany, 75 in Bennington, Vermont. 72 in Keene, New Hampshire, 70 in Sheffield, New Hampshire, 72 in Concord, New Hampshire, 71 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 74 in Nashville, New Hampshire, 77 in Pottsville, New Hampshire, 68 out in New Hampshire Bay, 74 in Windsor, Loxton, and Hartford, and Meriden, 72 in Waterbury, 74 in Denver, 75 in New Haven, and 75 in Bridgeport, 71 in Montauk, 82 in Nisbet, and 73 in New York City. Here. Okay, public discussion around the country. Here, slight risk of the severe of thunderstorms from parts of the middle Mississippi Valley to the parts of the northern Appalachians. Here, heavy rain possible over the parts of the Seminole Valley, Tennessee Valley, and then over the parts of the northern Midland coastline. Temperatures to be 10 to 20 degrees below average over the upper Midwest, and a deep upper level throw over the central Canada swing, southeastward over New Plains up in Mississippi Valley into the Great Lakes by Tuesday. March will be pulling along the eastern front extending from the northeast of the Southern Plains that will sink southward in the Midland and Tennessee Valley by Tuesday morning. Showers and thunderstorms develop along ahead of it. Boundary from the northeast across the Ohio Valley to the parts to the Southern Plains, and then showers and thunderstorms move to the northeast Midland and extend southwestward to the lower Mississippi Valley, Central Gulf Coast by Tuesday. In addition, the upper level of service over the Central Gulf Coast and the 8 and triggering showers and thunderstorms for the eastern Gulf Coast to the Central Gulf Coast from Sunday evening to Monday morning. And additionally, as a deep drill moves over the upper Great Lakes and red light rain will develop over parts of the air Monday and Tuesday. Meanwhile, most moisture trapped under the upper ridge along the upper level and impulses traveling clockwise around in the region and triggering showers and thunderstorms over parts of the southern and south Rockies and parts of the southwest part Monday night. Some showers of rain will move in the parts of the southeastern California, parts of the Great Basin by Monday, and initially upper level energy moving onshore over to the parts of the northwest will tell you along with the top of the ridge to the northern Rockies by Tuesday. The energy will trigger scattered showers and thunderstorms will for parts of the interior northwest and then expanded over to the northern parts Rockies by Monday morning. Over the parts of the High Plains by Tuesday. Elsewhere, upslope over the parts of the central Southern High Plains will be individual showers and thunderstorms over the region on Monday afternoon and Tuesday morning. Here.
Coming up in sports. Right now, there are plenty of questions tonight.
Forecast discussion around New England. A front to boundary will stall across the region fat Wednesday, yielding a periods of showers and thunderstorms. A few strong and severe thunderstorms likely over this time, along with heavy rain and localized flash flood and fret. A trend toward drier and somewhat less humid weather falls late in the week. And 10:30 p.m. near-term update. Very deep moisture across the region and combined with a short movement across the upper northeast of spot showers across the region. As this way moves away from the region, these showers will continue with weak but hold together because of the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. Over some New England parts of 1.5 to 2 inches, so a good dose of rain will fall. The thunderstorm potential will be shifted farther southward to the better instability of the location as well as the region. Their atmosphere didn't get worked over by the ambient convection. Threat models indicate that lingering and instability throughout the night, so I've kept the potential for thunderstorm development in the forecast website when LLJ begins to develop. Any thunderstorm that develops will bring potential urban and port range flooding. Well, how high the parts and how much moisture is in the atmosphere, like the tropical feel out there. Otherwise, lows will mainly be in the upper 60s to the lower 70s with breaking conditions. Some patchy fog and stratus will develop overnight.
Acidic gas. Specialized cleanup crews showed up on scene to take care of the spill early this afternoon. As for NTEC, Gagliardi says this has never happened before.
That was really a kind of shock. We've had numerous calls at this location, but not to the extent of it was today.
We did ask NTEC for comment. The manager declined to go on camera with us. In Lawrence, I'm Jim Loke, WCVB. News Center 5.
A Boston man is spending the weekend behind bars accused of a sexual assault on board an Orange Line train. According to the Herald, the suspect was arrested at the Roxbury Crossing MBTA station. A T spokesperson says he's
nothing but any land in the Eastern Pacific in that
from Stony Brook
tropic
in Jamaica.
outlook. Here's a tropical outlook. Let's take a look at it. By the eastern north Pacific east at 140 degrees longitude. A large area of disturbed weather centered about 15 miles west-southwest of the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula associated with a tropical wave. Some slow development is the system is possible over the next few days while it moves to the western and west-northwest by 10 to 15 miles per hour. Formation chance for 4 hours low about 10% and formation chance for 5 days low about 20%. Alright, let's take a look. Yeah, the latest on Ramsan here.
The Palestinians have been killed. There have been no Israeli deaths, but the UN has condemned Hamas for firing at civilian targets.
She never knew where they were going to bomb, and she kept hearing the explosions. Sometimes
As of 8 o'clock, it'll be a tropical storm with 60 mile per hour winds and 75 mile per hour gusts. And it's going to make landfall in the north central Philippines and around Manila as either a tropical storm, a strong tropical storm, or weak typhoon here in the next 24 to 36 to 48 hours here. And then it's going to strengthen into the Pacific Islands and land in Hong Kong as a Category 2 typhoon around Thursday. Alright, back in the States, back to New England here. Tomorrow's highs will be 84 for Boston, 83 for New York, 83 for Hartford, 81 for Worcester, 83 for Albany, 81 for Rutland, and 85 for Concord, and 79 for Portland, Maine. So, tomorrow's temperature range around the region, 79 to 85 degrees there.
Led them on a high-speed chase through 7 towns and then tried to disguise himself as a woman. He was in custody. 23-year-old Donald Smith was captured on foot after he crashed into a church on Route 125 in Kingston. Officers had initially pulled him over in Hampton Falls during a routine traffic.
In severe weather, flash flood potential. Weather, periodic. Heavy showers and thunderstorms. Time moving Monday through Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday, heaviest rain likely inland, and Wednesday, heaviest rain likely along coast. Travel will be revived Thursday at potential hazards. Heavy rainfall, localized flash flood, and strong and severe.
Former Red Sox player.
Thunderstorms possible. Greatest threat, localized damaging winds, and actually a weak tornado is possible.
That's Jose Offerman attacking another player with a bat during a minor league game. This was in Connecticut back in 2007. The catcher.
So the heaviest rain will be around New Jersey and around Connecticut. So.
For $4.8 million. The case will be heard in federal court that'll be in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And in just hours, one of the nation's largest banks will announce a huge settlement over how it did business.
All right.
The group is expected to outline a $7
Let's try to use the Futurecast radar here.
Accused of deceptive practices before the 2008 market meltdown and financial crisis.
Turn on the Futurecast radar. It shows lines of showers and storms right now from 7 New England and down to western New England, and then 1 o'clock.
For the president.
Please come to the school. Please.
And what they're willing to do to get him here.
I'll drink milk.
The showers will be hanging around in the overnight hours, especially in western New England, and then 7 o'clock.
And what you aren't.
Then for today we will see some periodic, spotty, on and off, hit or miss showers and thunderstorms around the region. Around 7 New England here. And then the storms begin to bubble over around Hartford, New York, and Trenton areas by about 1 o'clock. And then 3 o'clock the sun's going to be exploding in more. From Boston all the way down to Philly, the next about 4 o'clock, and then 6 o'clock. Yellows, oranges, reds around the New York City area around 6 o'clock. So the New York, Trenton, and Philadelphia area is going to have a tough evening commute on tap, as well as the Hartford area here. And then it's going to make its way down to 7 New England about 8 o'clock, and then 10 o'clock is going to disappear. But more storms are going to tend with down to New York to Baltimore by about 10:30 p.m. tomorrow night. And what I'm thinking of rainfall, 1.88 inches for Boston, according to experiment, 2.1 inches for Worcester, 2.5 for Hartford, 2.46 for New York City. Philly, around 3 inches. When you get up north, it's later. That's a 1.35 for Albany, 1.27 for Concord, New Hampshire, 1.3 for Portland, Maine, and 1.05 inches for Rutland, South. A lot of moisture and a lot of rain in store for tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday here. Alright, let's take a look at our view from the outside. It shows a breezy night on tap and some clouds in store. Some moving clouds. Some moving clouds over the moon here. Alright, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes up. Let's take a look at the hazardous weather outlook here.
I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum.
So the Hartford, New York, Philly corridor will get the most rain here out of this system here. Out of mind, they get isolated 3-inch amounts here. Alright, hazardous weather outlook here. Day 1 tonight. Hazard weather is not expected at the time, but day 2 for 7 and Monday for Saturday. I fear strong to severe thunderstorms are appear likely Monday afternoon and to Tuesday. Main threats will be locally Strong and damaging wind gusts with a secondary concern of hail. In addition, and weak isolated tornado is also possible. Clouds also contain torrential rain may result in low-class flash flood in late Monday and Wednesday. A flash flood watch may be needed in the next 20 to 24 hours for a portion of the region.
Street in Beverly started around 9:45. The home itself in Berg was under.
Alright, let's take a look at a 7-day forecast. It goes like this. Overnight, scattered showers and thunderstorms may after midnight. Some storms blew to heavy rain, patch fog after 3 a.m. Otherwise, clouds got low and 70 degrees at south with about 8 miles per hour, chance of space to 30%. Monday, chance of showers and thunderstorms. Some storms will be severe with temperature winds, heavy rain, and frequent lightning. Most of the clouds got 83 degrees at southwest with about 8 miles per hour, chance of space is 40%. New rainfall amounts of less than 10 minutes, 6 miles possible in thunderstorms. For Monday night, chance of showers and thunderstorms and some storms with some severe winds with temperature winds, heavy rain, and frequent lightning. Petrol after 1 a.m. otherwise cloudy skies, low near 32 degrees and south with about 8 miles per hour, chance of precipitation 50%. New rainfall amounts between a quarter and half an inch possible. Tuesday, showers and thunderstorms like the summer storms with a heavy rain. Patchy fog before 11 a.m. otherwise cloudy skies, high near 82 degrees and south with about 9 to 13 miles per hour, size 26 miles per hour, chance of precipitation 6%. New rainfall amounts between a quarter and half an inch possible. Tuesday night, showers and thunderstorms, summer storms with a heavy rain and some patchy fog after 11 p.m. Low around 67 degrees at south with about 9 miles per hour, gust size 22 miles per hour, chance of precipitation is 9%. Wednesday, showers and thunderstorms likely maybe before 1 p.m. Some storms put a heavy rain and patchy fog before 9 a.m. High 76 degrees at chance of precipitation 9%. Wednesday night, showers before 9 p.m. and then most skies got low 62 degrees and chance of precipitation 30%. Thursday, most skies got 81 degrees. Thursday night, part skies got low 61 degrees. Friday, most skies got 81 degrees. Friday night, podcast got low 61 degrees. Saturday, most of the sun got 81 degrees. Saturday night, podcast got low 62 degrees. For Sunday, most of the sun got 79 degrees. Peters, what a phrase of the night. Ish. Stormy 3 days on tap. Peter Channel News Time is at 11:16 here. Time now for the traffic here on this Sunday night.
Officer Melvin Santiago is reporting to a report of an armed robbery, but witnesses say the accused killer never tried to rob the...
At 16 minutes to after 11 o'clock, now it's 11:17.
His car. Before the crime, the suspect told the witness that he was going to do something that would make him famous. That suspect was later killed by police. Gas prices cooling just as the summer driving season heats up. The Lundberg survey finds its self-serve regular has dropped 4 cents nationwide.
And take a look at the traffic situation, and it shows smooth sailing on highways and byways in New England. There, that's PJ with you. Good night. With a good positive to be see you tomorrow morning. Good night.